Welcome back, all my 40K fanatics out there. I'm DJ here with Tim's Nation, joined once again by Lane DeLong. And today, I get to test out the competitive list.
All right.
Nice. So I'm doing a little bit of a hybrid with the Canoptek Court and the
Obeisance
Phalanx to be able to see if this works out. I will be doing fixed secondaries, which is different for the Canoptek Court side. I think I'm a little worried about my command points on that one, as I discussed in my army video. And I do have 2 splices on Immortals, and I'm not sure about yet. I kind of feel like I want to go over to the Tesla Immortals full time, just for the speed, but we'll see how that plays out, because I don't have a lot of AP. I have the Doomstalkers, but that's about it. And for you, you're bringing back a local legend back to the channel.
I don't know if it's a local legend, but I'm bringing my little stunties.
Listen, you were crushing some of the RTT scene last year in 9th. With these hackathons.
It's been a while, though.
Oh, yes. It has been a while.
Been a while since I racked up some W's with the Votann, so we'll see how they do today.
Right. And as always, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Turn on the bell to get notified on all the content we bring you here on the channel. And from that point, let's segue over. Lane, tell us what you're bringing today.
All right, for my Leagues of Votann list today, I have 3 characters. We have the Einhir Champion. She has the enhancement Grim Demeanor, and we have 2 Grimnirs that are going to be rolling around the table all by themselves. One of them does have the enhancement Wayfarer's Grace. It'll be the better painted model. One of these guys, I just got table ready. So the one that's better painted, he's going to have the enhancement. All right, we've got 1 10-man squad of the Hearthkin Warriors. They're going to be splitting up into some Sagittars. We have a 5-man of Berserks. They're going to be going into another Sagittar. We have 2 3-mans of the Thunderkin Warriors. These guys are going to have the Graviton Blastcans. We have a 10-man of the Einhir Hearthguard, the little baby Terminators. They're going to be equipped with the Plasmas and the Concussion Gauntlets, and they will be led by the E-Champ, of course, because their special rule makes them -1 to wound when they're led by a character. We have 3 of the Sagittars that are going to be transporting around, scouting out, doing some damage, scoring some points. We've got 2 of the Hecaton Land Fortresses, and we've got 2 squads of the Pioneer Jet Bikes, 1 3-man and a 6-man. DJ, what are you bringing today?
All right, so this is my new Canoptek Harvest using the Canoptek Court. Some things I had happen out of the Phalanx that I wanted to bring over here, because I really enjoyed what the Immortals did. I really enjoyed what Xeris did. I felt like it did really well for scoring and being able to play the mission. So let's try it out here today. So we'll be doing fixed missions of storm hostile objectives and cleanse. For my army, I have 3 Canoptek Doomstalkers, 1 6-man squad of Wraiths led by a Technomancer. This squad will be able to infiltrate because of the relic. I have a squad of Tesla Immortals. They can advance, shoot. Chronomancer lets them shoot, move again. And the the Translocation Overlord, so many T words, gets to give them an auto 6 advance. So these guys are quick, with another squad of Immortals that has the Plasmancer to be able to have the 5-up crits. These guys have the lethal hits on their Gauss Blasters, and will be probably hitting at AP2 because of good old Illuminar Xeris, giving an aura of basically Armor of Contempt for -1 to AP of weapons that come in, as well as +1 AP to all battle line units AP for shooting and combat. And then last, but surely not least, my babies, my Canoptek Tomb Spiders. I love these guys and all their devastating wounds and devastating glory. And the fact that when they charge in and people look at me and go, that basically is the stat line of a Thunderhammer, is always fun, especially with all the rerolls. Those are one of my favorites. I love that they're good. I love that they're like kind of the I don't want to say hidden gem, because they're not to the point that everyone should be running them, but people are sleeping on spiders.
Yeah,
I love those.
I'm not a big fan. They can go away as soon as possible.
Yeah, nonetheless, he's one of the people who, after the games, is always telling me, yeah, you got to keep those spiders in.
Oh,
yeah.
They're so strong. I mean, they have decent shooting, a high volume of shots. They have dev wounds on their shots, right?
Dev wounds on the shots.
Yeah, and then they hit like Thunderhammers, and they give you a 6-up feel no pain, right?
Yeah, and a 5-up feel no pain versus mortal wounds and psychic attacks.
Yeah, and the 2-man squads are tricky. Sometimes you just kill one and don't do any damage to the second one, and it comes back when it reanimates.
That big shot that does 5 wounds to a model with 1 wound left, and it's like, all right, well, I wish that would have went to the other guy, but no. So this will be interesting. The 2 things I'm curious on is I kind of feel like I may want to go over to a second squad of the Tesla Immortals to have more speed with being able to advance, shoot, and then move again. Especially with the fixed secondaries of cleanse, I can advance and cleanse. So some cool tech out of there. I think that the Technomancer with Infiltrate, not sold on him, because I may need some more command points to make this army function. Any thoughts about that going into it?
So, I mean, you put them on the rates, right?
I put them on the race right now.
Who knows if we need to infiltrate, because they are pretty quick as it is.
They are quick. Move. Yeah, they're yeah. So they are really quick as it is. I can still advance with them. Wouldn't be able to complete the action, but at least I get on the objective, and that's important.
Yeah, yeah. It really depends on whether you go first or second. If you go first, it's powerful. If you go second, I might just squish them right away.
Is there anything you're hoping for out of the Votann to see today?
A couple things I'm trying. First of all, I have the E-Champ, the Einherjar Champion, is going to be leading the 10-man brick of Hearthguard. She has the enhancement Grim Demeanor, which allows their unit to ignore modifiers. So that means if one of your units of Immortals is -1 to hit, I'm going to ignore that. If they are getting Armor of Contempt from Xerath, I'm going to ignore that because that reduces my AP.
Yeah, that's
so. It'll be good to see that actually in effect here with an army. That, in your case, you're making use of a couple modifiers. So I'd like to see that in action. Also, I learned that my stratagem for 1 CP to fall back and shoot is actually fall back and shoot and charge. And those Hearthguard are a really good subject for that because they're good at shooting and fighting.
Is it battle tactic?
I don't know. I don't have any way of getting free battle.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if the E-Champ gave you it for free.
Yeah, nothing's for free. The E-Champ lets me reroll charges for free, and she does impact mortals when we complete a charge. So I will see if that comes into play. The other thing,
me. I love my impact damage.
Yeah, I know. This is D3. It's not tank shock. But I also have 2 hackathons that I'm going to be loading up with a 3-man of the Thunderkin and a lone Grimnir. And because the Hecaton gives you the ability to reroll wounds on the turn that unit disembarks. So I'm going to have them come out, and they're going to shoot something and reroll wounds into that. We'll see if that's relevant today, but it's just a little bit of tech I wanted to play with. And also the Hecaton can deliver these small, cheap units, and they can get out there and do actions and that sort of thing, get on objectives. So that's what I'm hoping to see from them today.
Yep, those units complement each other well. That's going to be interesting. All right, all that's left is to determine who's going to deploy first in this matchup. Lane?
Even.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
I think that's a reroll. We'll call that a reroll.
Reset. Still
even. Still an even. Still 2. So, Lane, you will get to pick. Do you want to deploy first or second?
I'm going to have you drop first.
Keen eyes will note the pajama pants are back, and we'll be back after deployment. All right, we are deployed. Lane, why don't you talk to us about what we are doing today?
We're playing Warhammer. So our deployment today is Search and Destroy. This is table quarters. I guess it's ravioli. Little raviolis all over the place. But it's Search and Destroy in table quarters with a 9-inch bubble in the center. And then the primary mission we're playing today is Sites of Power. So basically you get 3 points for each objective you control. If it is an objective in no man's land and you control it with a character on the objective, then you get an extra 3 points. So controlling objectives with characters. And then our mission rule is supply lines. This is just the one where if you hold your home field objective, in your command phase, you roll a d6 on a 4-up, you get an extra command point.
Yeah, I'm happy to have the extra command point in this one because I want to test if I need that relic or not. And since I'm doing fixed secondaries, I don't have any way to murder into some extra command points by just pitching card after card after card to keep that flow. All right, so let's talk about deployment. So for the Necrons, I am concerned that Lane has a lot of guns. So I'm hiding behind a house, going back to my roots and hiding in buildings. Everybody is on the bottom floor. Got them on the top floor, just so you can see. Got both the Immortals hanging back in the building. Doomstalkers back here. They're able to move out. These guys have an 8-inch move, so they got good distance that they can move. Just stay hidden. And this one's got the obscured help of this building staying just right back there. Then we got some spiders out there to be able to give Feel No Pain and also push on objectives, being tough little guys. And the Wraiths are going to infiltrate back here, hanging out, to be able to move up and cleanse that objective early on in the game. All right, that's it for me. Lane, talk to us.
We're ready to go. As you may know, Votann have a lot of scout moving units. The Sagittars have a 6-inch scout move, and then the jet bikes have a 9-inch scout move. So depending on whether I go first or second, I will be able to adjust things as I need to. But the only thing we have in Deep Strike are the Hearthguard, led by the E-Champ. Everything else is on the table, but we have a lot in transport. So each of the Hecatons has a lone Grimnir, and then has a 3-man Thunderkin squad. And then Sagittars, we've got 2 Sagittars with Hearthkin in it, and then one Sagittar with a 5-man Berserk squad in it. Other than that, we got a jet bike squad back here holding the objective. Everybody else is ready to go forward and shoot stuff.
All right. So, with that being said, what are you hoping to do? Are you wanting to go first or go second in this?
I could probably go either way. If I go first, I'm pretty sure I can get at least one kill to pick up my bonus command points. So, but if I go second, you're going to get out there and make it easier for me to shoot you.
All right. I kind of want to go second in this, so you can get on objective, so I have something to take back. All right. Let's see. Hey, looks like you'll get to go first. All right. So you have scout moves, and you do have a lot. So
I got judgments too.
You have judgments and scout moves.
Prejudge for your units, and then I'm going to do some scout moves.
All right. So we'll give you a minute to do that, and we'll be right back.
All right. So this is just our pre-game move. We scooted some jet bikes up here. We scooted the Sagittars up because we want to shoot things. This Sagittar is scooched up a little bit. And as far as our judgment tokens, well, these wraiths have been prejudged. These 2 squads of spiders have been judged. And this Doomstalker has been judged. I just need to kill one of these things in my turn here to pick up 3 bonus command points. So we're definitely going to go for that. All right, on to my first turn. All right, my secondaries for this turn are bring it down and behind enemy lines. Listen, one of those I'm going to make happen because
behind enemy lines.
I prejudged these spiders, and this Doomstalker, and they are all vehicles. So I will be bringing many things down. And it's vehicle models, so if I just kill one spider, it still scores me points for bringing it down, even if I don't pick up the whole unit. So we basically push forward onto the board. We'll see if I regret this in DJ's turn, see how much damage he does back to me. But we push forward so we can start shooting things. Lined up shots here, lined up shots here. One of the spiders, this Hecaton and the Sagittar here. Lined up shots into the Doomstalker. And then these little guys popped out here because the Hearthkin do sticky objectives. So I'm going to get them out so that in my next command phase that is sticky. And that's it. That's the movement. I'm going to do some blasting. We'll see what happens. All right, I rolled some lousy dice and wasn't able to pick up a unit completely. So the Doomstalker's down to 1. This spider unit, DJ put the lone op strat on it. So this Hecaton was not able to shoot it, just this Sagittar. We did pick up one of those spiders. And then the bikes here shot down into this spider unit and was able to pick up 1 and get another one down to 2. So I didn't fully pick up any of my prejudged units, although I did get 2 vehicle models up. So I got 5 on Bring It Down. Behind enemy lines, we'll just chuck for a command point. We're not worried about getting behind enemy lines. And that will be my turn. On to DJ's.
Okay, so we drew for the turn, storm hostile objective, and cleanse. Surprise, surprise. So, starting in the command phase, we were able to do a little bit of healing. My Doomstalker did Battle Shock, and then he disappeared.
Yeah, so I get my bonus CP if I kill it before the end, before my next command phase, my second turn command phase. So I did Overwatch with the Hecaton. With the big conversion beamer, I did roll a 6, and it sustained D3. So I ended up with 4 hits on the conversion beamer, 4 wounds, and, well, he's all gone.
Yeah. So instead, I had to bring this spider up in the middle. Only healed 1 wound back, but he's going to cleanse this objective. These spiders, because of the fact that I had one that was only 1 died and I didn't have any wounds left, that gave me a spider back, and I got 3 wounds back over here. Doomstalker only got 1 wound back, which was sad too, but I don't think he was going to survive that much conversion beamer damage. What was it, like almost enough to kill it in 1 hit? Wasn't it? Yeah, you had like 12 damage on that. It's like 16 damage on that thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you failed all 4 of your saves. So a flat 4. I didn't even fire my other bolt cannons and stuff, so it did 16 damage on the Overwatch with one
gun.
Yep.
So the spiders are in position, so I'm able to charge over here. But we are able to contribute our shots over here. We move the wraiths up, they're going to cleanse this objective as well. So since we're not really going to be able to storm a hostile objective, we'll at least be able to get 4 on cleanse. And since we control this objective, and we also control this objective, we control at least half of the objectives in No Man's Land, which means the Canoptek Matrix is online. All right, time to do some shooting. Oh, these Immortals also just, they're still on the bottom floor, but they're just in position to do a heck a ton of damage. Hey, hey. All right, time to do some shooting over here. All right, so we did some shooting, and everything happened over here. So these spiders shot and actually really didn't do a lot of damage to the bikes. I think I took one out, and that was it. Maybe.
No, you just did 2 wounds.
I just did 2 wounds there.
Yeah.
The Tesla Immortals did better. Definitely getting some damage through there. The sustain's really popping off, especially on full rerolls. And Chrono had devastating wounds because it is still a battle tactic stratagem. It just only affects the Cryptek. So I said, hey, why not? It's free. I'll use this on the Chronomancer. Cool. But Lane was a little more scared as I got D6 shots, hit, wound, damage. He's like, okay, well, how much damage? 1. He's like, oh, wow, that was significantly underwhelming. Xeris hit and picked off 1 bike and dropped that bike down to 1 wound. Doomstalker was able to put the Sagittar down to 6 wounds, but not pick it up. Giving cover, he made some saves. Life didn't happen that way. So not quite what I wanted to see, but it still happened. So now we're going to do some charges. I opted to not move these guys on the shoot and then scoot. So I'm lying. They're going to move forward 6 inches. I'm not legally allowed to charge with them. I advanced. My bad. So these guys are going to move forward, and the only charge I really have is the spiders. So I'm going to pause for a moment because I may actually not cleanse with these guys just to charge in to finish off those bikes. So we'll see if I decide to do that, but I'm definitely going to charge these spiders in and move these guys forward 6 inches because I just realized I am not allowed to charge with them because I advanced. My bad. All right, so after, like I said, I almost cheated, and someone would have called me out in the comment section as I would have had a dominant victory, all because of these Immortals charging in, and they would have said, nope, it is a tainted win. I saved myself because I just moved them the 6 inches to put them on point, but that meant I was really concerned about those bikes being around. The bikes are able to leave the table, so Lane could have taken those away and put them somewhere else, and he does have a Hearthguard threat, and really looking at the table, there's a lot that Lane can do. I'm going to let him talk about what he's trying to do in his movement phase and why things are set that way. But I'm definitely concerned at the damage that's going to be coming on this crackback. So we charged the race. I sacrificed the 2 points on cleanse just to make sure that those bikes were off the table and did tag the Sagittar. So at least I'm reducing some shooting going into next turn unless he stays in combat. The spiders charged in and they did good, but just not quite enough, leaving the Sagittar with 3 wounds left. Needing 5s to wound. All of them hit, though, which was happy. So there's that. So that is going to be the end of my turn 1, only getting a 2 on cleanse, and we're going to pass it over to Lane.
Deploy teleport homers and tempting target. DJ has tempted me with a target that is surrounded by Necrons. Surprise, surprise. The other one, deploy teleport homer. As I was saying beforehand, the ability to drop out small little units and have them in the middle to do actions is going to pay off here because we will do actions here. I haven't decided yet whether it's going to be the Thunderkin or the Grimnir, but somebody's going to do a little action for deploy teleport homers, and then we're going to just see what we can get rid of.
Just both. You don't need to shoot.
I want to get rid of
Berserks. The Berserks should do it too. And then the Hecaton. Have all 4 units do it just in case one of them forgets.
How many points will I get for that, DJ?
You still get, the rules say you only get those points, but you'll have a moral victory that you will know. Objective 2 has been deployed a teleporter on.
Okay.
I was about to say cleanse. I was like, wait, that's not what you got.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to do some blasting, and we'll see if we can make some things go away. I guess we'll start with these dirty little wraiths. Well, we tried to shoot and kill these wraiths, but it doesn't work because wraiths have a 4-up invul and then a 5-up feel no pain. So despite the fact that the Hearthguard and the Hecaton and the Sagittar and this last Thunder Buddy, because DJ did overwatch his other 2 buddies away, and
with a Doomstalker.
The Grimnir, yeah. The Grimnir and this 5-man squad of Hearthkin only picked up 4 of the 6 wraiths. This one's down to 1 wound, so I hate Necrons. Anyways, over here we did kill one of these spiders and got this one down to 1 wound, and then we've got this spider here down to 3 wounds. So we're going to have to do some charging, make some decisions. This Grimnir here is just chilling and deploying teleport homers, and going to have to decide what we do here. So on to my charges. Whole bunch of punching. We did pick up one more Wraith and got this Wraith down to 1 wound, meaning when DJ reanimates, he can't bring back another Wraith. So it'll just be here. He did pop his stratagem to reanimate after a charge, but only brought 1 wound back. So
that wound mattered. That 1 wound mattered.
Yeah, I just wanted to really kill those Wraiths and get them off the table. But here they are. There's a couple of them left. We did pick up this spider. The Berserks did great picking up the spider here and picking up that spider there down to the wound. And we did 3 points for deploy teleport homers with a Grimmy. That's that. On to DJ's turn. I just scored the 3 for deploy teleport homer. That's it. We did not steal this objective. I probably could have tried to, but then DJ just gets points for killing me off the objective in his turn. So on to DJ.
All right. So for this turn, I drew, cleanse, and storm hostile objectives. I feel like deja vu on that one. All right. So we got a lot of work to do. Lane has a good portion of the board in his control. So let's see what we can do. So I didn't move these immortals because I didn't want to get overwatched. And there's a lot of Overwatch capability and potential over here. Has a lot of blast shots that could go into my squad. So I kept them still. They have range and line of sight on most everything, so that's happy days. They will not have the AP1 this round for Xeris, though, because Xeris went over here to boost the Immortals. We're going to try and lethal hit this Hecaton and see what we can do to it and see how much damage we can really put onto it. We got this guy, though. The Doomstalker moved into position to be able to try and take more Thunderkin off the table. We'll just want to keep peppering what we can and remove what we can. And then going to have to try, we need a 6 on their charge because they're 7 inches away to get into the Berserks, which could be a rough. That's going to be a fight there because those Berserks hit hard and they can fight on death on a 4-up. We left our home field objective, which means we'll leave our home field objective. We did hold it to try to roll for the CP, but didn't get it. And we did score additional 3 points on our primary for 9 points because of a Technomancer hanging out over here. So that's some of the stuff we're going to be trying to do. Spiders moved up. They were in position so they could just pop up to that building to be able to shoot. And this Doomstalker moved out, so he will not have to deal with cover or Linus or anything to these guys. It's a 10-man unit, so I will get +2 on my blast when shooting at those Hearthguard. Flat 3 damage, hopefully will come in handy. So I think I've basically said everything that I need to say. Now it's time for the dice to do the talking. All right, so shooting went better, much better, much stronger hit. So over here, the Immortals were able to get this Hecaton down to 3 wounds. It was a tough decision on whether I wanted to go at the little Thunderkins or go at the Hecaton, but finally I decided to let the Doomstalker finish the day, and he took out 1 Hecaton. So 1 down, 1 to go. We also were able to pick up the Sagittar with these spiders. 1 spider shot there, and then the other spider shots at the 5-man squad of Hearthkin, right? Those are Hearthkin warriors, right? And was able to pick them up.
Yeah, they're gone. They are gone.
And then the Doomstalker that I had back here was able to pick up 3 of the Hearthguard, Lane Void armored this squad back here. And now all that is left is for us to do some charges and see what we can make happen, who we can get into combat, and hopefully just pick some stuff up and go from there. Because we definitely, those Hearthguard, they're on their way. All right, let's do some charges. Okay, so we successfully stuck the charge onto the Berserks. We were able to kill all of them. They fought back on death, and fortunately they picked up 1 Crypt Thrall. This turn, my saves have been really strong. Really, really strong. At one point, I think I threw 4 6s in a row on saves. That's going to happen.
No, you made 7 out of 8 4-ups.
That happens too. That happens. So I'm a little scared that my luck is going to turn around bad way late in the game. Hopefully I've done enough damage that won't really matter. But definitely huge saving turn for me. We're able to pick up, though, the Berserks. That part was not a matter of dice rolls. Rerolling hits and rerolling wounds on there. I knew that was going to be able to happen. But I rolled a hot charge, so Xeris was not able to get in and join. And then over here, the Immortals charged in, and we're able to pick up a little character dude. And then the Wraith finished off the Sagittar, but that's probably going to be the end of his game here soon. So we scored a 6 on secondaries because the Wraith has a pistol, so he was able to do cleanse, and then we did flip this objective right here, so that gave us a 6 on secondaries. So, all right, and that's going to be the turn. Let's pass it over to Lane and see how the Votann can answer back.
All right, so we pulled Area Denial and secure No Man's Land, which means we have to go hard right here. So that's what we did. We moved everything so we can get targets on these guys in the middle and see if we can get them. The bikes zipped up over here. The Sagittar zipped over here. Hecaton zipped over here. I spent 1 CP for these Thunderkin to fall back and shoot. And then this guy stepped through the wall so he can shoot. The Hearthguard, unfortunately, they're not close enough to contribute to that, so they're just going to get over here and start doing some shooting in this direction here, see if we can do some work there. And that's it. We're going to roll some dice and hopefully kill immortals. Pew, pew, pew. So in the middle here, it took a whole lot of shooting, but we managed to pick up the immortals themselves and get this guy down to 1 wound. And then over here, we just put all the shots into the wraiths just to pick them up. And now we're going to see if we can make some charges.
Hold on. Because he killed my Technomancer, they got a grudge token.
They got a grudge token.
Yes, there's a strat that if after a Cryptek dies, I can spend a command point, and now that unit I get +1 to hit and +1 to wound against that unit for the rest of the game.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. Charge a clock. All right. Area Denial. This guy is down to his 1 single last wound. So I did not get Area Denial, but we did get Secure No Man's Land because we're here, and we stickied yonder. So, and then we did finish off the Immortal Squad down to the man here, and the what's-his-face slapped
Overlord.
2 of my guys. The Overlord slapped 2 of my guys because he's strong. So that's that. So I just scored the 5 for Secure No Man's Land, but I do shut DJ out on primaries because he did walk off his home field objective. So, but then we'll see what goes on in the turn.
All right, so Lane's giving me some opportunity to score some points, even though I got a 0 on primary this turn. I do have opportunity to get a Storm Hostile and a little bit of cleanse action in here. So we got to fight over the center. And Lane right now has the strength, but I have Xeris. And Xeris is a mean mamma jamma. We do have 2 Doomstalkers left, so we have some firepower still to go across the table. And we fell back over here from the Hearthguard, because they're only OC 1 apiece. So we're going to try and pick some of them up. We have the spiders over here, and more importantly, a Doomstalker. And these guys are +1 to hit and +1 to wound because of my Curse of the Cryptek. So let's see if what we can do. This is where this is going to be make or break on the game. If I can't push back really viciously right now, this may be a Votann victory. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we took a chance, spent a command point to ignore cover in the center, put the Doomstalker into it, and unfortunately, Void Armor saved the day, and the Hecaton was not falling. Xeris tried shooting it, everyone shot at it, it's got 12 wounds left. Over here, on the other hand, we did eliminate the squad and drop it down to just the E-Champ with 3 wounds remaining. Thank you, Spiders, thank you, Doomstalker. So we will flip that objective and cleanse it. So we'll get another 6 points on the turn for secondaries. But that's probably going to be it. We got some charges. We're still going to fight. But that's going to be it. And then we're going to be testing Xeris' defense after that. So, all right, let's just charge real quick and see what happens. Okay, so we picked up the little robot buddies, and that was about it. I probably misplayed this. I probably should have went more aggressive at the infantry. Now we have some Thunder Buddies that are loose, and that could cause quite a problem. So we'll see how we can deal with that. We did engage the Hecaton, which probably should have just been the initial goal. So at least it is -1 when shooting out, which is kind of important. So we will get a 6 on secondaries, and we're going to pass it back over to Lane, who is actually this turn going to have a pretty decent primary turn. You got 3, 6, 12 on primaries this turn, pending he doesn't fail Battle Shock. Half his squad is gone. And I don't think he has he's not technically a leader.
That's a 12.
Okay, passed it. All right, over to Lane and his in the top of the next turn.
So our secondaries, I kept area denial, and we pulled assassinate. You know what that means, guys? Kill all these things. Xeris is hard to kill, and he doesn't have any judgment tokens. I'm actually in a tricky spot there. So we're going to try and do as much work into him as we can. So that's really it. We just kind of wiggled around so we could all get shots on him. Hopefully we get enough to go through.
Put
some
3
done
more
to him.
damage on the Hecaton.
Yeah, DJ overwatched my Hecaton when I moved him, but did 3 wounds to him.
Only 3. Not quite enough.
And E-Champ's going to go up here and slap somebody. Despite his 4-up involvement, his toughness 8, and his 9 wounds, and his 4-up feel no pain, all the shooting finally did in Xeris. And over here, my E-Champ charged in to the Overlord, but really whiffed. And so the Overlord picked up the E-Champ. So that's it. So the score 10 on secondaries because I got Area Denial and Assassinate. And then on to DJ's turn. He's going to get a 9 on primaries.
Okay, I feel this is the best way to even try to do this, so hopefully this works out. We'll see. So we have the Doomstalkers sitting still. They're still in position, so they're going to be able to shoot. And they're going to be +1 to hit for sitting still going into some of this stuff in the middle. I haven't decided exactly what. I know the one is going to go in this Hecaton for sure. Then this one, I'm not sure if I want to try and risk it on the Sagittar. Sagittar is 9 wounds, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, 3 shots go through, and I can pick up the Sagittar. And that would give me a little bit of an easier time taking the center objective. But it all really does base down on if I can even put this Hecaton within any near-death range. Void armor and cover is going to make that extremely difficult. I did move the Overlord up. He's got a 6 charge to be able to get him within to the Hecaton. He does have devastating wounds, so he might be a last-ditch resort. But before any of that happens, I got to hit this Hecaton for a lot more damage. And then these spiders are in position to charge in the middle to be able to give me objective control in the middle, but that's only a 4. So like I said, there is a lot of work I got to do, and let's see what happens. Okay, so not quite enough damage to the Hecaton. We were able to do 3 damage to it from the Doomstalker, and then the Overlord charged in and was able to put 2 more wounds onto it. So since it did not go away, not a lot of the other stuff mattered. It was just stuff to kind of push and move the needle. Over here, the spiders made their charge. I did not spend a command point on the tank shock. I probably should have, since I did fail to even take this little guy out 1 time. He still can come back again.
He has a 4-up invuln, so he just spiked a bunch of 4-ups.
Yeah. I don't ever want to hear Lane complain about armor saves ever again. Ever again in all of eternity.
I believe this makes us even in this game, sir.
It makes us even in this life and the next, my friend. All right, over to Lane. We'll see how this game finishes up as Votann take their turn 5.
I pulled Defend, Stronghold, and Investigate Signals. These little fellas are not positioned to investigate signals. They're too far away. Bad Warhammer play on my part. And Defend Stronghold, well, they'll be able to defend the Stronghold. Because I am not playing against Uppy Downy Necrons. They have to stay where they're at and move by regular moves. So, all right, I moved a little bit, and these guys moved back.
Yeah, so for once these guys moved, I was still in combat. But when he moved away, they finished within 9 inches, so I was able to use the stratagem to move 6 inches. So I moved the spiders back to get a little bit of defensive positioning.
Okay, and you can do that with anything.
Getting Canoptek.
Okay. And all right, and then we'll do a little bit of shooting. The Hecaton will shoot this guy, and we're going to shoot at these spiders and see if we can kill anything. Well, there is 1 less Hecaton on the table. I did a little bit of shooting, picked up one of the spiders, but then and I shot at this guy a whole bunch, and didn't do it. So in the fight phase, he went first, and he picked up the Hecaton. So that is that. So I scored nothing for Investigate Signals and Defend Stronghold. I hopefully will pick up on my turn, and then on to DJ.
Okay, here we go. So we are going to cleanse and try and storm a hostile objective. We moved up. Spider got overwatched. Spider is safe. He's still alive. Overlord, after a recent victory, after destroying a Hecaton, is going to come in the middle and try and help us out. And then this Doomstalker is in position to shoot at center as well. Over here, the Cryptek is going to stay. My Chronomancer is going to stay and just cleanse that objective to get me an additional 2 points. and we're going to try and shoot some Votann. All right, here we go. All right, so the Doomstalker was able to pick up both of the last two Thunderkin, lowering the objective control value right there. Then the Overlord charged in and was able to take this little character down one time. Not that it mattered too much. I just wanted to do it. So, with that being said, I was able to score a 15 on primary because I have these 3 objectives, and 2 of which are held with characters. I got an 8 or 4 on cleanse because I let the spider cleanse after I picked up the 2 little thunder buddies. And we did flip an objective for another 4. Great ending turn, great scoring turn, but unfortunately it came up just barely short. With a final score, Necrons 71 to a Votann 72. That is a 1-point victory for the Votann. Sadly, the Necrons
Why?
lose.
I'm very happy. Votann has survived. They won a game.
So
what
sad.
are you sad about?
So sad that the Necrons lost. I mean, no, I'm glad to see Votann win one. Very close game. And before we get into it too much, we'll get over on the post game. Again, Votann 72 to a Necron 71. And thanks for watching as always. And we'll talk to you again really soon.